I bet you have definitely heard of the word nirvana at least once or twice in your life. Um, at the very least, maybe you know the band Nirvana. There's a band called Nirvana, and I think a lot of people for sure have heard that word. But have you ever wondered why nobody really brings it up in conversations and why nobody really talks about this word? And is it possible to attain nirvana or experience it, let alone know what it means? So, what does it even mean? It means a lot of different things. In the Buddhist culture, it's of something along the lines of liberation. So you're reaching the spiritual liberation, and you enter paradise. And if you look at the world through the right lens, it can appear as paradise to you. So you can be the only one in heaven, while everyone else is creating their own personal hell. So I think that's my interpretation of the word nirvana. You could look at it in any way that you want. But you can Google the word. You can find a lot of different definitions. But ultimately, I want to teach you at least an outline of how to possibly reach nirvana. Because I think a lot of people like to create little clues and then tell you to do it yourself. But if you're not excited about the benefits, if you're not excited about what nirvana could possibly mean, then why would you go after it? So this video is gonna go a little bit deeper into the insight of what nirvana could mean for you, and why you would feel liberated. Why is nirvana paradise? Why is nirvana this infinite bliss? And can a human being achieve it? So I think if you understand some of these insights I'm about to share, maybe one day in your life you can reach it yourself, and that would be an amazing thing. Because then, if you reach nirvana, you can teach other people how to do it, and it can spread and spread, and the world can be a very peaceful place, hopefully. So I was doing this meditation in the morning one day, and I had this insight about this camera, basically, this probe, as Leo Gura famously put it. You can look him up on YouTube. You can look up actualized.org on YouTube and check out his channel. I definitely want to give him credit for a lot of my insights. But he basically described as you being a probe. You're not really a human being. You're actually a probe that's exploring all of this reality, but it's doing it through your lifetime. It's doing it through your actual life. So the way to best describe the oneness, how people say, oh, we're all one, we're all connected, we're all just one self. Yeah, I mean, that sounds nice, but when you look out and see the world, you do see other people. You do see other selves that you've never experienced or don't remember experiencing. So how can you say you're one? You don't feel like you're one. There's so much surprises and mystery with other people. They're unpredictable. So you don't really feel like you're a oneness, right? And I think the only way to break through that misconception is to understand that you forgot that you were those people, and you don't even know, you're not even aware that you're going to be other people or you're going to reincarnate. So essentially, right now, the only reason why you feel like you're separate from other people is because you have separated yourself this way. So I'm going to read to you the insights that I had right after my meditation. So they're kind of raw. But maybe something inside of you will click and you will actually get this. Because this is a feeling thing. To understand enlightenment, to understand nirvana, to understand these sort of things, it's a feeling thing. So I'm going to read something to you that I wrote down from my notes, and see what you can feel from it, not what you can understand. Because you can't understand the idea of being everybody all at once. Because you're not really feeling that way. But you can attain liberation knowing everyone is you, because then you don't have anything to lose if you think about it. If it's just you reincarnating into different beings, then it will always be you forever, and the freedom comes from knowing it will just be you forever. So no matter what you create, it's always you. But to understand that, I think you have to understand how this probe, this camera that you are, this being that you are, investigating infinity, investigating reality, here collecting memories and all that, to understand what that is, that's a great starting point. So let me just read you my notes, and what you feel from it is hopefully what you get. I don't want you to get understanding, like I said before, rather feeling. So this is what I wrote in my notes. I basically wrote how to reach nirvana. And I start off by saying, no matter how chaotic and unpredictable everything appears to be on the surface, there is only one probe being sent through infinity. But as it's sending itself, it is seeing those instances when it has sent itself before and after as well, all around it. It's nested in this funhouse of mirrors. Each instance of being, as it's exploring infinity, is nothingness, but it is so focused on you right now that it can't be aware of existing as other beings while it is focusing on you. It is creating the illusion of interacting with many others. It's all alone, exploring, and has all of eternity to explore. So it changes as it explores, allowing it to be infinite selves while being surrounded by those same instances of its own moments of exploration. So if you see your mother, that means you have explored that instance already. So not remembering yourself doing that is enough for her to appear unpredictable to you and as an other. This is you as the one being, playing hide and go seek. With just you besides your damn self. You can change and forget that you have changed an infinite amount of times. That's how you can convince yourself that you are surrounded by an infinite amount of unique beings who seem to have different motivations, personalities, and childhoods. Even looking into the eyes of an animal is a more accurate mirror of yourself than an actual mirror. They are a mirror of your pure being or your ancient self in that one time when you explored that thing. Everything around you is your pure self. You are taking an eternity to explore it in all the ways you can imagine. These ways somehow keep getting more fun and rich without end. If you were to only explore infinity in the fifth dimension, you would explore it all at once and be done with infinity without even getting started. So that's why you are in this third dimension. Imagine being in a play where you play every character, one character at a time, but you run around so fast that it does not appear that you are changing into different outfits, but rather there's this group of beings that seem to appear all together on stage. You are not even aware that you are generating this fake party for yourself, as your own design has these anti-loneliness properties, featuring the ability to forget that you have to put on the other costumes before. All that you are trying so hard to obtain here will only amount to memories. So why not reach nirvana now? Feel the high that must be felt by infinity. What better thing could you even be? Feel the way infinity would feel when it realizes that it's infinity. What a high it must be to know that each lifetime is this ever-increasing pleasure, not pain. You are a silly baby that will survive death. Don't you realize that you get to eat tiramisu here and somehow all the dinosaurs are gone? That's what ever-increasing pleasure and joy is. Be what you really are already. You don't have to always play your game. Be what you always were. Forget that human thing. That's a garbage idea, a failed attempt to understand something by an ape. You have been living as a dumb idea farted out by an ape. Ignorance is actually the fear you feel, like a scared kitten. You are actually an explorer of every paradise and every good drama. It's not suffering, it's a good drama that always gets closer to paradise with each lifetime. That's what you will always be without end, not an ape, and what you have always been. Now extend this concept to the galaxies that you see around you. You were in those costumes too, hello? It only takes one, you specifically, sitting here right now, as you are, to do it all. So starting now, if you never forget the real reasons for your bliss will never forget you. I leave you with that.